Cenk Uygur out here on some podcast I've never heard of, doubling down on his take that he in fact could successfully fight Joe Rogan. Speaking of Rogan, let's take a listen to this. I thought this was pretty goddamn hilarious. And again, kind of surprised, a little bit amused to see Cenk doubling down on this just hilarious take of his.
The specific question. So now I have animosity with Rogan, but yeah, I was largely trolling them. Like and I said it very clearly too, never in the streets, never any violence. Violence is crazy. But I was saying, if you want to step in the ring,
I mean, obviously, you know what would happen if you stepped in the ring. You're not naive.
So would Joe have a massive advantage? Obviously, look at me. I'm 52. I'm very overweight, etc. But by the way, I don't think it would be a foregone conclusion.
You think you could take Joe?
Okay. Now,
are you saying you can take Rogan?
Okay.
Bro, one kick and decide you'd be peeing blood for a week. Have you seen his kicks?
I've seen his kicks. Okay. So listen,
I appreciate your confidence, though. I got to tell you.
No, but I'll tell you why I do it. Okay. So look, number one, I'm okay. A trained person is of course better, and by a lot, right? So, and a guy who's in shape is opposed to a guy not in shape by a lot. So I would do tons of training, etc., and I'd still be a massive underdog. Okay, but I'm a brawler. And so it's not just that I fought my whole life when I was growing up, etc. It's the will in you, right? So if he's going to beat me, he's going to have.
I made it as long as I could without interjections. Okay, I've made it as long as I could without interjections. Like, we were just dogpiling on Joe Rogan, and now I'm going to go ahead and give Joe Rogan all the due that he deserves really quickly here, because that guy was right on the fucking money. He was like, one side kick, you're going to be pissing blood for a week, dude. And but after this, I'll show everybody a video. I just pulled it up of Joe Rogan's insane sidekicks. They are fucking gnarly. But this man is also a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? And if you've ever fought somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing with jiu-jitsu, like I used to kickbox a lot, right? And I was always terrible at jiu-jitsu. I rolled like, 10 times or less. But sometimes after I was done with kickboxing and the jiu-jitsu guys we would fuck around a little bit. Like those guys will fucking strangle you to death. And I never rolled for shit with a black belt. So I'm just telling you that it would be no foregone conclusion. Joe Rogan would fold Cenk into a pretzel and beat him so badly, but it's absolutely hilarious the kind of confidence that this, I mean, he called himself overweight, obviously an overweight 52-year-old man going up against a roided out testosterone replacement. I've won literal competitions in Taekwondo. I'm a black belt in fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, imagine how delusionally confident you have to be. And that's what made him have a career in media, right? You have to be delusionally confident in order to succeed in this fucked up industry. Yeah, it's also hilarious how he starts off by saying, oh, no, I wasn't talking about real fighting in the streets. I was talking about in the octagon. So like, no, violence is crazy in the streets, but no, I'm serious. I will put on the gloves and fight Joe Rogan in the octagon. So like, what the fuck, dude? So you are in favor of the violence? You do actually want to like fight Joe Rogan, or do you not? It's really funny how he's trying to like have both at once. Yeah, he only wants the sanctioned violence, right? Like, I mean, because he doesn't want Joe Rogan to actually fucking kill him. Like, oh yeah, hey, but what's up, Joe? No, I meant to shake your hand. Why are you choking me to death, Joe? Oh no, obviously, it's just hilarious that he would double down on this. It's like so backyard, fucking 12 years old. Like, I could beat you up, bro. Like, who fucking cares if you could beat me up? We're fucking grown men. What the fuck is the matter with you? But anyway. I thought it was fucking hilarious. We can keep playing if we want to watch Cenk be clown himself.
To beat me.
He will beat you, though.
Yeah, and that's fair.
Yeah,
and that's a fair conclusion to reach. Okay. But my point is, I'm tired of people running over the left wing. Okay. So if you're going to say we're weak, then fuck off and step in the ring. Okay. So step in the ring ideologically. That is what I would greatly prefer. By the way, I did this with Michael Smerconish a long time ago on HuffPost, right? Mm-hmm. He's talking shit about, the wussification of America. And I was like, all right, bitch, then either get in the ring from a debate point of view or get in the octagon or whatever you want, right? Because you're saying we're wussies and I'm saying I'll kick the shit out of you. Okay. So you tell me, you know what Michael Smerconish did? He ran like a bitch. Okay. And he went and cried to mommy, and he said, "Oh my God, he's threatening me." No, I said, "Look, I'm I would never do it in the streets. That's nuts. Okay. I'm 100% against violence, but you're not going to call us weak and get away with it. We're going to stand a goddamn post. And that's why the Young Turks are hated by the right wing, because we do not back down. We punch back. So the whole point there, Patrick, is rhetorical. I'm punching back rhetorically.
Yeah, but and by the way, that was how I took it.
Yes,
but that's not how the world took it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
you
know.
know that. There's
Of
a part of that was
course.
marketing. I get that.
Definitely a pretty hilarious clip. I'm sure you guys would agree.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, and it's also just pathetic to think that I literally can't get over the fact that this man is over 50 years old, and he is literally threatening to fight people on like, oh, it's on site, bro. You think we're wussies? What, you think we're punks, bro? Square up, G. Let's go. Let's get it, bro. It's like he's like a frat dude at a college bar in Aggieville, fucking Kansas, right? It's like, oh, what you fronting, bro? You trying to get some, bro? You want smoke, bro? Like, it's just so fucking hilarious. He's a grown man. But really quickly, I did want to throw this up on screen just so everybody knows exactly what the fuck would happen to Cenk Uygur if he did decide. This is Joe Rogan with arguably the greatest MMA fighter of all time. I don't know if any of you young whippersnappers listening are old enough to remember the tirade of the fucking run of George St. Pierre, Canada's finest. Anyway, we'll play this really quick and then you can see what's up. I'm gonna put the sound on just so you guys can fucking hear.
Man, best leg kick I've seen in my life. Tell me when you're ready. Go ahead.
Now, notice how everything goes in a straight line.
Yeah.
What you're doing wrong is your knee is low.
Let's just watch that one more time.
Go ahead.
I guarantee you that bag is heavy as shit, by the way. That's a heavy as shit bag. That's got to weigh as much as Cenk would. So one last final time.
Best leg kick I've seen in my
Perfect
life.
precision right here to the liver.
Go ahead.
He turns around and that just lands right in your kidney. You're still
Now,
fun.
notice how
Anyway, I was just like, this is what you're dealing with. Like, the one thing I will give Joe Rogan is that he's a legitimate martial artist. Like, if you've watched kickboxing, like if you've done any, like, I mean, even like a little bit of training and you watch that guy, you're like, oh yeah, his technique is legitimately sound. He legitimately knows what the fuck he's talking about. And, out of all the things the man comments on, I feel like you can literally take to fucking, like, his MMA commentary is usually fucking really sound. I'll give the guy that.
Oh yeah. I mean, Joe Rogan ain't an expert in a lot of things, but when it comes to fighting, he definitely is. And obviously he is more than a competent fighter himself. Like you said, a literal black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, how the fuck are you going to pretend that you can fight a black belt in jiu-jitsu?
Which is like a 10-year daily commitment, guys. Like, becoming a black belt is no joke. It's not like you sign up for the YMCA and become a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, that's a fucking grind. Those guys, like, I knew guys that were like teaching the top tier classes at the studio that I used to do kickboxing at, and they were brown belts. They were not black belts. Like, this is really fucking serious shit.
Yeah. So it really is pretty funny that Cenk's out here, like, he's like still thinking that he can go glove to glove with a guy like Joe Rogan, who, despite all of his faults, could obviously whip Cenk Uygur's fucking ass.